Today, what I want to do is something a little bit different. First of all, I want to talk to you. Hi. Second of all, I'm going to show you guys a quick demo on how to do an ombre. Ombres are super easy, but when you haven't done them, it can be a little bit intimidating. You feel like you have to have some kind of artistry experience when in fact you don't. It's pretty easy. So I'm really hoping that these short little demos on all my techniques, so I'm going to try to air one of these every single week. It's just short, sweet, to the point, on how to do an ombre. I'm going to use some pretty simplified colors, and as we get more demos, I'll show you a more complicated way, or complicated color tones. More extreme, say if you wanted to put yellow and green together and you really want it to be very subtle. But for today, I'm just going to use kind of like a lilac kind of color. So I actually get, this is a gray, which is Paloma, Annie Salone's Paloma. And then I'm going to use Annie Salone's Emily. They kind of have a similar hue, but it's in the same kind of color palette. So I thought these would be a nice choice to show. And I'm going to do it on just a plain white board. I think this is actually a non-used kitchen cabinet door that I got at my Restore just down the road. And it's just plain white. That's it. So I'm just going to show you very simple ombre technique, fast, to the point. I thought these quick demos would really help out rather than working on these big furniture pieces for the demos all the time. So what this is going to do is just kind of allow you, as you see the larger tutorials that I do, kind of focus in on the exact techniques that I'm using for these larger furniture pieces. So you always have those quick demos that you can just resort to anytime. They'll be all in the same folder on my channel. And yeah, I'm just hoping that this would really help you out with your own home projects, and we'll go from there. So let's get started. So we have the two colors that we're using. Water. I use a mister. You can use whatever spray bottle you want. It's not really that big of a deal. These misters are great because it mists. It's just even, that's all. You guys all see me use these. These are my little chippy brushes. I think they're called palm, actually. Palm-held palm brushes. Love these brushes, especially when you're wanting to do blending. They don't hold a lot of paint though, so that's where the big round brushes that I use. Most of mine, I believe, are Annie Salone brushes, but those are great when you want to hold the paint. Whereas this is just for blending. So I'm going to show you. The key with any blending and using chalk paint is water-paint ratio. You got to play with it. It's really kind of hard to describe. Chalk paint's so thick, all we want to do here is just kind of lightly put it on and keep adding paint as we need and adding moisture. The key with blending is keeping your brush moist and then just misting as we go. So let's see how this works, and I'll kind of maybe talk if I can as we go. So all I'm going to do is mist. You see that? Yeah. Alright, I'm just going to mist this just a little bit. Don't want it heavily concentrated. Then I'm going to dip into my darker color. So try not to make a big mess. I am very messy. This is my place and time that I can do this. Alright, here we go. I actually maybe put a little too much water, but that's okay. This stuff dries so fast that we will just give it a second. This is actually a really beautiful color. It's kind of like an old lilac color. So I always use the same brush. You don't have to. You can use 2 different brushes, but if you pour your paint out, it doesn't matter if you mix them. I just don't recommend dipping it into the container that you're taking the paint from, because you're going to contaminate it. But with this, I'm just going to grab my layer, which is the Paloma. I always start with a little bit, and then just kind of work it. So you're basically just going to place it on top. And then you're just going to... I'm not going to worry about the edges again. Well, maybe I will. I want to make this a short demo. I'm trying to. So now that you've got these 2 different tones, all you're going to do is just rub them in together. And bring this up. I'm going to go back to my darker color, the Emily. And just kind of bring that up. Boom. Easy. If you're new to ombre, I really recommend using whites or grays and then picking the color that you want and putting those as the contrast together. They'll always complement each other. But like I said, there's going to be a couple of ways we can do ombre, and I'm actually going to show you a couple of even easier ways than this that you can do it. See how you just get the nice light subtleness? So you just keep kind of working it, and then you want your transition to be nice and smooth. So you can go the same way, brushing it back and forth. You're really bringing both colors into each other, but it's layer after layer. And then boom, it's that easy. Can you see that? Maybe I should have used more of a contrast. We can still do that. Just give me 1 second. Let me just put this down. Since I was working on white, to use white. You guys can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to add white, and then you're going to see even a little bit more of a transition going color-wise. A little bit of white. Again, I'm using the same brush. You don't have to do that. You can use another brush. I want to make this a little bit boom. Easy peasy. Very easy. Your strokes always kind of have to be flat and smooth. And then if you want to do into corners, that's why these are awesome. Because you've got this little ridge, right? And all you want to do is bring this down. There's no right and wrong way, it's just playing with the paint. Bring that down. bring it back and forth. Actually, I'm going to need a little bit of water. You'll feel it getting a little bit thick, and it's kind of pulling paint. That's when you're going to add a little bit of water. So I'm just a little tiny bit, just a little bit. That's it. That's enough. Now she's moving again. Just put that down. Bring this in, do the corners. I'm just going to paint all the corners first. Get some paint in there. Now, I'm going to go back to the darker lilac, the Emily. Bring that in. Then you're going to paint that into the bottom. Bring this back up. Boom. Easy peasy. Now back to Paloma, which is the gray. It's got a hint of lilac to it though. And again, just bringing this up. Then what really helps, you're trying to put in the frame of it, try and take some of this off your brush. This back. Boom. Then it transitions even on the sides. Let's bring in a little bit more white up here. Down the side. And boom. Easy. It's just practice, really. It's all it is. Have some fun with it. Don't be scared of it. The beautiful thing is it's water-based paint, so just adding a little bit of water and away you go. And then eventually, as you get to the top, it's just going to be straight white. Right? Again, just getting that into the corners. This is only the first layer. I recommend with ombre, especially when you want that really symmetrical, smooth transition. You're going to have to do a couple of layers, if not 3. Again, it depends on what you're painting. Basically, the surface that you're painting will depend on how many layers you're going to put on. Obviously white is just like a canvas board, so it's kind of awesome that way. And again, just bringing this in. Nice smooth transition. And bring that down. So, looks pretty cool. And we just did that in 10 minutes. Whole board. So, I was a little bit slow because I wanted to talk to you guys. So anyway, that's just one way you can do an ombre. I'm going to show you 2 more ways on how to do an ombre, and super easy. That's the key. You want to make it easy, because that's what makes it fun. It doesn't have to be complicated, it doesn't have to be rocket science, just fun and easy. So stay tuned. I'm going to do 2 more of these. Exact same demonstration for you guys on how to do it. And you guys can pick which style technique works for you. So I'm going to do another one, actually sorry, 2 more, just in ombre technique. And like I said, these are just going to be quick, short, simple demos for you guys, and hopefully this is going to help you out. Please leave me a comment in the comment box if this is helpful for you guys, because I will definitely incorporate this full time for you. I'm still going to do my regular furniture pieces, just because I really love doing this, number one. Number two, I do sell them. So I really enjoy sharing the bigger projects with you, but the tutorials are a little bit longer. This I just wanted to do as a quick demo for you, and that way you can just go straight to that technique. If you just want a quick fresh up, you can always run to the channel and say, oh, I want to do this kind of ombre, how does she do it? It's only a couple minutes long for you guys to see. Super easy. Again, comments in the comment box. If you guys want to see more of these quick demos, be happy to do them for you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. I said subscribe. I messed that up. Subscribe. Gotta talk clearly. So don't forget to subscribe with a little button somewhere. It's either up there or down there.